What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back for another episode. Today, we're doing something a little bit different. Obviously, as you can see, this fucking guy is on travel somewhere in the United fucking States, and so we had to do it a little virtual session here. So you know who it is? This guy, the monster, the beast, and then that guy, Mr. Cowboy over here.
The motherfucking white belt
Choo!
wrangler over here. Wrangling white belts today.
A white belt wrangler.
Yeah. Shit, you guys got to go
Uh,
down in the comments and fucking try to guess where I'm at
Yeah,
based on
this
my
is pretty good.
costume.
This is pretty good. This is pretty good. I fucking love it.
I got,
Anyways,
I got, I'm the white belt wrangler. I'm out here drinking,
oh
drinking
yeah, yeah.
ranch water.
I got me a special I saw at Costco. It's a Carl Strauss and Pizza Port
Yeah, collab.
collab called Nectarine of the Gods IPA.
Oh, I thought the whole time you were getting a pizza port, and I was like, yeah, dude, those are bomb.
No, it's a they're a
Okay.
brewing a beer.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah,
brew
yeah,
their
yeah.
own shit. So
Yeah, I
yeah.
thought it was just. I don't know. I thought Carl Strauss made pizza port. I didn't realize that it was a
No,
different.
no, no. It's completely
Yeah, yeah,
different.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're. I mean, I only know the pizza ports out in San Diego,
Yeah,
in
that's what I
Ocean
know too.
Beach. I think it's
Yeah,
Ocean Beach.
yeah, pizza port's popping out there. Hey, wait,
Yeah.
wait,
Oh,
wait, wait, wait.
oh.
Wait. Ah,
Cheers, my friend. Cheers,
ah.
my friend. Oh, us.
Oh,
Mm.
ah.
God damn, I'm hairy.
Yeah,
Fucking
homie.
look at that shit. I look like a werewolf. It's the lighting. It's the lighting. That's what it is.
It's the
It's the
lighting.
lighting. Yeah.
It's not on the Mexican supplements.
No, what are you talking about? I'm on the acai. You know.
Yeah, on acai and Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
I'm
Shit,
I'm not that big. It's cool. I'm good.
motherfucker. When we started this shit a half an hour ago, you had your fucking shirt off, fucking flexing on me and shit.
Uh,
Fucking, you're all Jack City over there, homie.
Dude, it's been rough, man.
These are really good, by the way. I don't know if you guys. I think we have
I've
these
never
in
had those.
California. They're good. They're just super light. They kind of taste like a flat Sprite.
Okay.
Not particularly what I was going for. There's another one out here called Wild River fucking seltzers. Those ones are really good. They taste like straight margaritas. They're
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I should have bought those. I don't know. I was trying to get fancy.
Man, that's why and we saw these at Costco, and then my girl was like, "Oh, you guys should buy those for your podcast." And I was like, "Oh yeah, good
Yeah.
idea." And then I think yesterday or today I was like, "Oh yeah, he's not even fucking here." So
Yeah. Well,
it's
wait till the fucking beers I'm gonna bring when I come back. Those are gonna be some wild boys.
I'm in.
You gotta drink at least one whole one.
I'm in. I'm in.
So I haven't seen you since last Monday.
Yeah.
So almost
You've
2
been
weeks.
gone. You've been gone a minute.
I haven't actually. I didn't leave till last Thursday. I've only been gone a week.
Ah, feels like
But
longer.
yeah. So I didn't train at all last week. Did you?
Oh, I haven't
No, not
trained
at all.
yet. I still haven't trained.
Oh, good. Since the tournament.
Yeah, yeah. Since the tournament, I haven't trained. My back is still jacked.
That's good, man. I'm glad
So
you're taking some fucking time off because you're trying to be out there fucking carrying the goddamn boat, so
I'm
you're just
still
blowing your
lifting.
black out.
I'm still lifting. I'm going
Are,
hard
are
fucking
you?
lifting. I'm doing, but let me caveat that I'm being super careful. So if there's any movement
Okay.
that is gonna be like any movement that's gonna be bad, like where I can feel on my back, not doing it, and I'm picking something else. So like for leg day, I didn't do squats and I didn't do deadlift. I just did the leg extensions.
First
I
of all,
did
motherfucker,
reverse
you never.
curls. I did, and I'm doing them. I did reverse leg extension, or reverse leg curls, leg extensions, and then I did a bunch of fucking what do you call it? What do you fuck lunges? I was like gonna motion it lunges,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, lunges. So, but yeah, it's lifting's been good.
So for your
I
one
couldn't
day
even
a week,
lift before. I'm not gonna let
your
you
one,
talk. We don't need to talk
your
about my legs.
your one day a week, you do legs, and you're like, well, I didn't really do legs. I kind of just did backs and buys again, and fucking look at these
Hey,
shoulders.
hey, hey, hey.
So you're fucking lifting like a savage still, and your back's
Yeah,
all fucked up.
yeah.
Your back is
You
not
know,
fucked up from jujitsu; it's from lifting.
I told him I talked to the doctor because you heard the voicemail. I
Yeah,
should
yeah,
play the
your shit's
fucking voice.
fucked
I
up.
should
That
play the
shit's funny.
voicemail. It's fucking
Oh,
hilarious.
you're fine, but your whole fucking
Yeah,
back
yeah,
is blown
you're
out.
fine, but everything else is wrong with your back. But
Yeah,
everything looks stable, but you're fine, and you have a little
but
bit of whatever. Like I don't know, it's crazy.
but your shit's blown out.
So I talked to her on Monday, and she's like, "Hey, I hope you got my voicemail, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Yeah, I got it." And then she's like, and I was talking to her about it, And then I was like, she's like, is it any better? I said, I mean, it's better in the sense like it doesn't hurt. Like I can sit here, it doesn't hurt. I can move around. I can get out of bed. I can like sit up. I could do pretty much all that stuff, and I don't have any problems. Like I don't feel any pain. But when I stand for more than like 4 minutes, 5 minutes, all of a sudden I start feeling the pressure, and that's where I start feeling the pain again. And then it starts slow. It's like a weird thing because it's like I feel the pressure, and it starts like building up and
Yeah.
building up, and then it just gets worse and worse, and then I have to sit down. So,
But you're not feeling the pressure, the pain when you're sitting down.
mm-mm. If I'm leaning, not if I'm like leaning back, leaning forward, I'm okay.
Yeah.
If I'm like trying to sit straight up, then I'll
Yeah.
kind of start to feel it. But um, I told her I was like, she said, "Is it any better?" And I was like, "Nah, it is, but not. I still feel it." And I was like, "I kind of want to get an MRI because I was like, can you tell if I have any issues with my discs or anything like that?" And she goes, "Well, it doesn't look like but I mean, we can't completely tell with that MRI." And I said, "Look, I was like, if it's not better by next week, I want an MRI."
You can tell but from an X-ray, you
Yeah,
can
but you
see
can't
bulging
see.
discs.
Yeah, but you can't see if it's muscles. You can't see ligaments and those kind of things. So if it's something like that, then at least I can see it with MRI. Plus, I've already met my deductible, so I think a freaking
It's
MRI
free.
is like $125 or something.
Yeah.
Because normally, like
Or
when I got my MRI last time, it was $600, and then my wife paid for hers. It was $600, but because of her surgery, we met our family deductible. So Nathan got an MRI on his knee, and it was $125. So I was
that's
like,
not
all right,
bad.
yeah. So that's why I'm like, man, this is the first time we've ever met our deductible. So I'm like, we'll just for whatever reason go to the doctor because this would be the year to do it, you know. So she said okay, because I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're telling me I'm fine, and it's just pain, I'm gonna go back to the fucking gym, and I don't want to hurt myself more. If you're telling me I'm okay, because I'm just gonna suck it up. I'm basically
Just
like what you're telling me is I'm just being a bitch
yeah.
and to deal with the pain and just
Yeah.
fucking go. So I was like, I'm just gonna fucking go. And she's like, yeah, we don't want that. And I was
So
like, yeah,
when I come back on Monday, I'll be back on the gym on Monday. So
I'll be
whoever
there on
wants to
Monday.
fucking smoke and I'm gonna come blow that back out,
I'm gonna
homie.
be there on Monday, but I'm gonna be either
Woo!
pulling guard or just sit down and start from the
Yeah,
bottom.
you're gonna be pulling something out of somewhere. Be blowing you out,
Something's
little homie.
happening.
Yeah, you know about that Leonard the Plug thing going on?
Mm-mm.
Nah. All right, I'll just skip
No.
that then.
I'm not
All
hip
right.
with the times apparently.
Yeah, you old fuck. Hey, let's fucking talk about it. You haven't been rolling. You've been lifting. I'm sure you've been sneaking little candies in there. How much you weigh
Yeah,
today?
yeah, yeah.
How
I
much you
weighed, I
weigh
weighed,
today?
I weighed 211 today, 211. But you know what? Think about it. I haven't rolled or done any type of heavy, like cardio like that since I competed, and I wasn't lifting until I started lifting again Saturday was my first day lifting, and so I'll take it.
This motherfucker's getting fat. If whoever's been paying attention to the podcast on however many episodes we are, he started this podcast like at 188.
No, no. When we started,
190.
I was in the midst of a weight cut to get down to 195.
You sent me a picture of you at like 188 or
Yeah, that was the
180.
that was before San Diego Open or the LA Open. It was 189.
And where are we now?
You know what? It's all the muscle. It's what it is. All the
That's
gains.
gonna be me. I'm gonna call it out on here so everyone can talk shit to me. Monday, capital M. Monday is coming up. I'm carrying the boats. Everyone's getting the smoke, and I'm losing weight. What month are we in? July?
July.
I don't know what I weigh now. I would guess around 260. It's kind of I've been hovering between 250 and 260 for the last month. I will be by September 1st. I will be one or
Woo,
two. Sorry, not
you putting
one.
that challenge out there. You know,
Two,
once you put it out here,
248.
by when?
September 1st by Master Worlds when we go to Vegas. So whatever we're going
That's
to Master.
August. August.
Yeah, but it's like the last weekend.
Yeah, August something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta
So
sign
what
up
day
for
do
that.
you haven't signed up yet? Do you know what day you're
No.
going to roll? Have you looked at any of it yet?
I haven't signed up because I was not sure with my back, but I don't want to. My wife had to.
No, motherfucker.
She
You
was
said
like,
for sure we're going.
yeah, no matter what, I'm going. Like that's
Oh,
not a
okay.
question.
We're going.
It's a
Okay.
matter if
So
I'm gonna compete or not. That's the question.
okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no matter what, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Um,
First day of Master World, I will be 248. I'm willing to put some money on. I'm willing to bet some merch. Who wants to bet? Who wants to come see me? I'm carrying the fucking boats.
That is a lot of work.
Hey,
I'm not,
you started this goddamn podcast with your shirt off.
I don't know what you're
That
talking
fucked me up,
about.
dog.
I don't know what
Take
you're
your
talking
shirt
about.
off right now.
I'm not
Take it
taking my
off.
shirt. No, 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 no.
Yeah, you
That
posted
is
that.
man.
You posted that thirst trap you doing pull ups like 2 months
That was
ago.
a long time ago. That was
Would you
old.
want to be tight if he had some cheeks that match those shoulders?
I need to start doing some hip thrusts and
You need to
fucking.
start doing some squats or some leg
Yeah,
days,
I
homie.
can't do
Shit.
squats, man. That's the problem. So
Those weight.
I was gonna
Those big black plates been blowing your back out.
this fucking guy. I
Let's
was
get,
gonna start doing like hip thrusts and stuff and trying to figure it out. But anyways, fuck you.
dude, my thrust game is on point, Playboy.
I don't know. I don't know.
I got some shit to talk about. You fucking ready?
All right, let's bring it.
All right, so I'm out of town and shit. And when I go out of town, I think I talked about it. Went to Florida. I tried to bring my gi and shit. I didn't get a roll.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went to Seattle the week before that, there's nowhere up there to roll. Like the closest gym was like 45 or 50 miles away. So out here where I'm at now, guess in the comments, there's a bunch of gyms. I've rolled all over here. I've rolled at I think like 6 or 7 different gyms here. So I brought gis. I brought a no gi setup and everything to go roll. And my first stop where I was at, where I had time, where I wasn't with, I brought Brianna out here with me for a couple days. So it was kind of like a little bit of vacation before I had to go to my meetings and my work and stuff. So when I was in the one town with her, I didn't roll because, her and I were hanging out. We basically just got drunk for 3 days. It was pretty fun. Went out on the lake and shit. But when I got to the next town where I had to start going to meetings, I'd been driving since California to wherever I'm at, thousands of miles. And I was like, I'm trying to get it in today. I'm trying to go roll. So I just pulled up Google. And I'll drop a hint to where I'm at. There was 2 schools kind of near me. One of them was the Gracie Baja that Draculino was the head coach of. So Draculino is like the most famous dude from Gracie Baja, like one of the most famous guys. So I was like, I'm not going to that fucking school because one, it was like 105 degrees, like 60% humidity. And I'm not trying to warm up.
Yeah, you ain't trying to die out there.
So I see a school. It's a team I've heard of. And I look at their Instagram. That's where I started. That's where I always start before I start rolling. I looked at the Instagram, and I was like, "Hey, man, there's a whole lot of white belts at this school. I don't see any. I don't see any colored belts." So I was like, "That's the one I'm going to right there." So I roll up, and the professor's super nice, and I start asking him. He's like, "Where do you train at?" And he's like, "Who do you train with?" And I said, "Omar." And I think I talk really fast, so he didn't quite understand what I was saying. And this dude's straight from Brazil, and he was like, "Oh, well. With who?" And I was like, "Oh, Gracie Maita." And he was like, "Oh, okay. Well, who's your professor?" And I told him again, and he was like, "Oh." And he's like, "Oh, I know him. That's my friend." He's like, "We fought like 6 years ago." And he was like, him and I fought. And I was like, "Oh, in absolute." This dude was big. Absolute. And he's like, yeah, absolute. And he's like, in a scramble.
That's so crazy, man. Omar's so small to be competing in an absolute division.
Homie was big too. Like he's a little bit older, and he's Omar's age. So he was like maybe 6'1" or 6'2", like close to 200. Like he was a big dude, like big, and he was very good, believe me. And he was like, "Yeah, we were rolling, and his foot broke, and I felt it break, and he got up and just kept coming after me." And he ended that sentence with, "Omar's crazy," and I was like, I've heard, yeah. I think Omar actually won that fight. Because he's only lost like 6 times ever, and I think 4 of them were at absolute, or 5 of them were at absolute.
That's what I have to go look. I'm sure it'd be on like.
It's not. We got to build this motherfucker. We got to build him a fucking Wikipedia.
Yeah, he needs one.
Yeah, but he's got 500 medals, and I think 454 of them or 64 of them or something like that are golds.
That's so crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It is insane. He has. Like, it's just insane how many medals there are. That's so ridiculous, dude. Have that many medals? Like,
yeah, it's crazy. Imagine. Have you ever picked up the bags?
No.
Oh, when I first started with him, I used to sit there and clean all the time, so I'd talk to him. And he was like, come over here real quick. And we were talking about something. He's like, pick up that bag right there. And I was like, all right. And it was hard to pick up. It was probably like a 60-pound bag. And I was like, what is this? He's like, some of my medals. The key word being some. Yeah. He had like 5 bags full of medals. Like they're canvas bags.
That's so crazy.
They felt like
if I were him, I'd probably go through them and look for like the cool ones. Like
he's got all the cool ones out. I think he's got all the OG ones out.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, so I go to that school and I talk to the professor, and he's like, "Yeah, the changing rooms are over there." So, I roll on with the king. I have a nice bag, I have a jujitsu bag and stuff like that, and I wear, not expensive, but I wear a nice gi. I wear King's gis.
Yeah.
Not, when you start traveling, you notice that people don't always, people don't have like the fly shit. And I think we're
Like,
yeah, I think that we're lucky that we're in California, so we see all the pop and shit, and we're able to get it pretty easily. And that Omar has a hookup with Kings and stuff, so we have the Kings gis in our school. And most schools don't have, the schools I've been to don't have that kind of stuff. Usually it's like Amazon gis, or maybe there's like the one hot dude who's got like a showy roll or something.
Yeah.
So I go in the back and I changed. I'm sitting down, and my gis.
Did you wear the Humaita gi?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
But I wore my ultralight, the one I wear the most. And I have my patches on this motherfucker. I'm flying the flag, dog. I sit down, and it was funny. They had really tall benches, and I'm kind of like just swinging my legs, watching the class finish. And I'm sitting there just in my gi. I just have my top on and my pants, no belt. And everyone's looking at me. Like, there's only like 4 or 5 of the dudes, and there was two kids doing like a beginner's no gi class.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there just watching, swinging my legs, like not looking at anybody. Like, the class was pretty cool. He was really explaining the hip bump sweep. Like, a lot of really good details. So this was a different black belt. There was 3 black belts there the day I went. So he's talking to it, and then at the, as I see the class getting ready to start, I pull my belts out. I have a nice belt, it's all embroidered and shit, and I put it on and I fucking snap it. Ha! Hit it with the snap, and I walk over to everyone and introduce myself, and the whole time everyone's looking at my belt. They're like, I can see them visually, like what the fuck? And I was like, hi, I'm just visiting, whatever. And then we start to go do the technique. And as the professor shows the technique, and then during the technique, a brown belt walks in. And so I didn't want to pick the brown belt to drill with. So I picked one of the white belts who was kind of bigger. They were all pretty big dudes. Where I'm at, the land of big guys. So I picked one of them, and the professor's like, no, you go with him, the brown belt. And I was like, okay. And we were going back and forth on it. It was a pretty cool technique. By the way, Misa, it was how to fucking stop the fucking lasso sweep.
Oh, was it?
That's what the technique was of the day. Misa.
Were you telling them like, oh, this is fucking great?
Yo, yeah, because he said something. I was asking him questions. He's like, anybody have any questions? And I was like, me.
Yeah.
And then I was asking him a question, and he answered it, and like kind of, really good answer. And then he said something, and he showed it again, and I asked another question. I was, the white belts don't want to ask questions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So and he asked me, he's like, do you have any questions? So I'm asking questions, right? Because it was how to stop the lapel sweep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Exactly how to stop it. Or the lasso sweep. The exact one that Misa does, motherfucker.
So
I'm coming with some
did you tell
shit.
him like you had someone at the gym?
Yeah, I was telling him, I was like, hey, there's a dude in our gym that fucks me up with this every time we roll. And he showed me why he sweeps me. Because I told him what happens, and he's like, oh, no, let me show you. Because he showed me, he's like, you think you're past? He's like, you think you're past? And then you get swept, right? Yeah. And I was like, exactly. And he's like, this is why. So I know how to defeat it now. Whether I can or not, it's hard to say.
I'm going to have to see this. We're going to have to see this.
Yeah. It's super simple. It's like, why did I never think of this? It's literally, why did I never think of this? It's so easy.
One of those. Okay.
Yeah, but so we do technique for like 15, 20 minutes. And then we start rolling. And, he was like, okay, roll with your partners. And I rolled the brown belt, dude. And it was good. Like, he didn't smash or anything. And like, basically, I was transitioning. Oh, we were hand fighting for a minute. He wanted to go hard, so I started going a little bit harder. We were feeling each other out, right? And then he starts trying to trip me. He keeps trying to trip me. And then I try to Uchimata him. He blocks it. We're going back and forth. I didn't realize. I knew he was setting something up, but I didn't know what it was. He's setting it up, and he tries to drop Seonagi me. And he drops down, and he throws me, and I grab across his collar and end up on his back. Nice. Full on his back. And then I hear – oh, by the way, every person at this school except for me and another guy who was new was speaking Portuguese.
Oh, shit.
Everyone was speaking Portuguese. And I asked the dude, I was like, hey, is everyone speaking Portuguese? I couldn't tell if it was Portuguese or Spanish because they weren't talking very loud. And he's like, oh, yeah, we all speak Portuguese. He's like, everyone here but you.
Oh, damn.
And he laughed. He laughed, and I was like, oh, shit.
You should have been you should have hit him with a,
oh. I know. I told him, I was like, I know some Portuguese. He's like, what? And I was like, boa.
I bet he laughed.
They just looked at me. I don't, they just looked at me. But I was like, boa. And I was like, oh. And I was like, I know 2 words. And he's like, what? And I was like, boa and valeo. I don't even know what valeo means. I know that Carol says, I think it means like thank you or something like that. Carol says it all the time. Anyway, I'm on this dude's back, and then I hear the professor start yelling at him in Portuguese. Because I'm on like 80% of his back. I'm kind of on the side, and I got both my hooks in, but one hook is over his back, so it's not deep. Mm-hmm. And he starts like shaking me, and finally I end up in the guard, and he starts trying to pass, and I go to the half guard, and I'm holding him there, and I'm trying to wrist lock this motherfucker. I'm grabbing his wrist, I'm wrist locking him, I'm reaching. I was on fire.
Did he have any stripes?
No, but I don't know if they give stripes at the school. His brown belt was pretty worn. Yeah, it was pretty worn. And I'm grabbing across to hit the Kimura. Thank you, Cameron. Cameron's like, why do you never Kimura people from half guard? And I was like, I never thought about it. I was on fire. I was thinking of shit that I never think of. And I'm grabbing, I'm trying to roll him and shit. And he couldn't get past, and I couldn't really get anything. But it ended up where he would start to pass my half guard, and I would hip out and put him in the guard. And then he would start popping up, and I'd go back to half guard. So I was just switching. And the whole time his professor's yelling at him, like, don't let this motherfucker get you. Anyways, the roll ends, so it just ended up being stalled out. But I was like, damn, I feel good. Like an out-of-town brown belt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know who's not trying to take it easy on you.
Yeah.
Because that's hard at our gym sometimes when you roll with an upper belt and you do decent. You're like, were they being nice? Or was I actually doing okay? So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. And I don't think he was holding. I think when we were standing up, we were holding back, because 2 rolls later, he dropped Seonagi, the professor, and they were like fighting. It was like full on out rolling. Yeah. But anyway, so I get the next roll, and I'm just standing there. I don't want to pick anybody, because it's 3 black belts, a brown belt, and 4 white belts. It's a really small class. Mm-hmm. I don't want to pick anybody to roll with. So the professor's like, all right, you and me next. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? The fuck's going on here? So he grabs me. We start rolling. He really nicely sits down, and I start passing, and I'm rolling hard. I'm cross facing this motherfucker, because he was talking about like cross facing and shit. And he's just like, I full on cross faced him. He just moves and scoots away, and I was like, what the fuck? I've never rolled with the black belt like this. He was like flow rolling with me, but letting me go hard.
He's big. He's also bigger, right?
Dude, the only other big black belt I've rolled with, I've rolled with big ones like close to my size is Sloth.
Yeah.
And he's just giving you the smoke. The first time he was nice. The second time he gave me the smoke. But I'm cross facing him. He's literally just moving around, floating around. And finally he sweeps me with some weird shit I've never felt before. He sweeps me, and I'm in the half guard, and I'm starting to pull guard, and I almost choke him. He's letting me.
Yeah.
Mind you, he's letting me do everything. And he's talking to me the whole time. He's like, hey, move your knee in. You're a little bit too, your base isn't there. Do this, do that. He was super cool. But there was one of the points where he went, this is where I wanted to talk about, like, what's the etiquette with rolling with upper belts, right? We'll come back to that, but he's going to sweep me, and I can feel myself, like I'm in half guard. He sits up and he goes to sweep me. Mm-hmm. So I'm facing towards his feet as he's sweeping me, because I'm going over. I fucking reach back and toe hold him this full toe hold. I grabbed his shit, and I looked back at him, and he looked at me, and I was like, and I just went to the half guard because I full gripped it too. He pushed me on to like the knee bar and the toe hold also. And I grabbed it, and I know he knew that I had it, because I wrapped my arm around his leg, grabbed it. I just grabbed the top of his foot, and I looked up, and he looked at me, and I was like, oh, and I laid back down, and we kind of finished it. But I ended up that roll, him in my guard doing. Have you ever seen the lapel version of the cross collar?
From the guard?
From the guard. Mm-mm. Yeah, so you're in my guard, mm-hmm. and as we're rustling around fighting, I start pulling your lapel out. You're like the lower part of your lapel, right? And you grab it, like, for me, the way I like to do it, I've never done it at our school. I just know how to do it because I've learned it. You pull the lapel out, and you wrap it around the back this way, and you grab it to this hand, right? So you're not choking anything. You just got a lapel in the back, and then you reach in. You reach in this way, and you come over.
Yeah,
it is the tightest cross collar.
You said cross face, but yeah, I know that cross collar. You said cross face, though. But I showed that to one of the guys at the gym.
Dude, it's good.
Oh yeah, you can do the Ezekiel from there too.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. No, I love that move. I tried to do that on Leo, and he just laughed at me.
Yeah, it's funny because you can tell probably no one at that school plays lapel. Because I grabbed his lapel, and I get to see him thinking, it's like, what's this little motherfucker doing right now? And I wrap it. He lets me.
That's
I sit up.
Move.
I sit up on him. I wrap it around. I grab underneath, and he's not even panicking. Dude, he was looking at me like this. Just like. And I grab it, and then I reach around, and then I feel him start to defend. Because I sat up, and I reached behind his back, and I started to pull, and then he just went like this. Broke my grips, and the time was up. I was like, damn, this one. I was like, I set that up for like 25 seconds, and he just did not even care. Rolling with
I really like that one. before you move on, because it gives you so much control too. Once you get that hand across here, they can't posture up. You can just keep them tight, post down. So if you need to stall a little bit, hold them for a little bit, whatever you need to do, get them, play with them a little bit, get them to feel comfortable. Like, oh, nothing, he's just holding me, and then you can just go for that. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
no,
move.
for sure. That's the when I learned it, we were talking about control. How do I
Mm,
control? I was talking about like how do I control someone from the guard because
yeah,
I don't feel very strong there because I play half guard so much. And I was asking Bobby one of the last times I talked to Bobby. I was like, what do you think I can do to get stronger for this? And he was like, curls. And I was like, oh, that makes sense because you're like trying to curl someone into you. You know what I mean? He was saying curls and some other shit,
well,
but
you really should be using your legs. You should be using your hips
yes,
and
yeah,
pulling
for
them
sure,
into and
yeah,
off balancing them to bring them
for
in. So it
sure,
should be
yeah.
like a mix.
Dude, I got to be on fire to be thinking of all that fucking shit at once. Legs, arms, fucking grabbing the gi. You know what I mean? I think one
Knees
step.
and toes.
Yeah, dude, my smash.
Yes.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Smash. I'm
Yeah.
thinking of smash. So I roll with him, and then I pop up, and so it's two rolls in a row, no stopping. And then the third roll, I get one of his white belts, his most ranking white belt, 4 stripes.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "How long you been rolling for?" And I was like, "Oh, about 3 years." I was like, "How about you?" And he's like, "3 years." And he's like, "Yeah, but I took like 6 months off." And I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "That's pretty quick to purple belt, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, well, I train a lot." And he was like, "Okay." And I was like, "Man, this kid's about to give it to me."
Yeah.
He's not a kid. He was a man. He was like
Yeah.
a 30, early 30s-year-old man. Then he grabs me, and I was like, "Oh, he has no idea what the fuck he's doing. Like he doesn't
Really?
know what. Oh, he grabs me, and I was like, "Oh, this dude is he's not there.
Yeah.
He's a 4 stripe white belt." He grabs me, and I'm just like, "Okay." And he's like yanking and shit, and I'm literally just postured up on him. He's yanking, and then I grab him, and I start yanking, and his face just changed. He's like, I grabbed deep because I don't want to get wrist locked. I
Yep.
grabbed deep, and I was just all rah, just pulling him, but not mean, but yanking like real stiff yanks. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I'm one handed, and he's trying to two hand me. And I finally I grab the judo grip behind the elbow,
Yeah.
and I snap him once, and then he was just like, "Oh no!" Then he pulls the most trash white belt guard pull ever. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just like, and like full like stiff legs me and falls down. And I just go with him because I'm not trying to beat up a fucking white belt on the road. This dude knows Omar. You know what I mean? I don't want to
Yeah.
fucking.
Put
I
bad
don't want him to be
reputation.
like,
Yeah.
what? Why is this dude beating up my white belts? Anyway, so he pulls the guard and I'm fucking around in the guard. Posture up, break his guard, pass. He gets back to the guard. We're just going back and forth, and then he's trying to sweep me. So I fucking double under this motherfucker, got him in the old John choke, then just let him go and shit like that. So then the time was up, and then I didn't know it was gonna be the last roll. So I got this other black belt that was there, younger dude,
Oh.
like probably early. You there?
Oh yeah. It was cut out for
Okay,
a second. You're
okay,
back.
yeah.
You,
So I got another black belt, early 30s, and he was like, "Oh, you're from Gracie Umaita?" And I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "I am too." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool. Where at?" And he was like, "Tajuka." And I didn't know about it. I looked it up. It's like the second Humaita ever, and it was like the main school that Saulo Ribeiro taught at. And it's like a prestigious school. When Saulo stopped teaching there, it was Saulo and another guy, and this other guy's like one of the oldest Humaita black belts.
mm-hmm.
He's very close to being a coral belt. So it's a really prominent school in Rio.
Yeah. Oh, it was in
Uh,
Rio, not
It's
here.
in Rio, yeah. Because Humaita
Yeah. Yeah.
is an area, and it's like Beverly Hills, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's an area of Rio. So Tijuca is another prominent area of Rio. That's where this dude's from. So we start rolling, and this dude just gives me the gas. He's not being mean, but
He's just.
something happened. Yeah, something happens. I end up in half guard. He postures up, tripods on me, gets out of the half guard, gets me in the mount, and I'm pushing his hips because like as he's trying to get out of my half guard, this thing comes in my head where I want to push his hips up and try to collect the guard because the way his legs weren't spread apart, they were really close together.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, oh, if I can pull my knee out, I can get him back in the guard. It'll be real slick. I push him up and he jumps over and just lands full amount on me. Grabs my arm, pulls it up, and arm bars me straight up. Like the kind of like before you fall back on the arm
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah.
But he just
Yeah.
stepped
We're
over
sitting
me.
on you.
Yeah, he just pulled the arm bar up. So we start over again, and we're going back and forth. He starts rolling harder. He's because I'm rolling a little bit harder. He's rolling harder. We're going to start going harder and harder. And I tried. I don't know why this came to my head, but I've seen people do it a lot. They call it, I think it's octopus guard,
Mm-hmm.
where you sit up around them and you try to reach around.
Yep.
Craig Jones does it a lot. And the way
Yeah.
he
Well,
ended up,
it's from half guard.
yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
And you got to pull that leg out, you reach over, grab it, and
Yeah.
then you roll into
Yeah.
him. Yep.
Yes. So I seen Craig Jones do that a bunch, and I wasn't specifically trying to sweep him or anything, but I was like, he's getting past. I need to stop him. The way my body was positioned, the way his body was positioned, I pop up and I start reaching around, right? This motherfucker wiggles his hips, pops his shit out, and gets me in the arm triangle. And I, right before he got that, I looked over the clock. I knew there was only like 25 seconds left.
You're like, can I hold
He
out?
gets the head and arm. I have my head on my, I'm answering the phone, so he can't crush me down. I'm answering the phone, and I got it wide. Then he adjusts, gets out full. I'm full up, and he just starts squeezing and squeezing. And I was like, I'm about to pass out right now. But I was like, I bet there's only 5 seconds left. I was like, I can tough this out. So I'm rolling, I'm trying to wiggle, and the time goes off, and I pop up. I was like, yeah, motherfucker, what's up, dog? And then, so that was a hard roll. Like me
Yeah,
and the
it
dude were
sounds like
kind
you had some good fucking rolls though. That
of,
it sounds like a good
it was
time.
it was a great training. The professor's name is Marcus Bello. He's a 6-degree black belt from GFT team, which is it's a pretty big team in Brazil. It's not very big here, but it's really big in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
And he's one of the most prominent dudes from that place. So I rolled with 3 upper belts and a white belt. Yeah, 3 upper belts and a white belt. And we rolled medium hard, right? They don't know, no one knows to expect when you're not from that school, right?
Yeah.
And there was another black belt there, the one that was teaching the no gi class, and he's got his gi on, and he looks at me, and I look at him, and I was like, oh, fuck, because it was like 105 degrees in there. And we both look at each other, and we just like kind of shrug, like, fuck, I guess it's us next. And then the professor's like, okay, no more. Time, class is over. And I was like, oh, fucking thank God, because I'm over here. I'm sure, because he's like, you need water? Yeah, he's like, because I brought a water, but I don't drink water when we roll. So he's like, do you need a water? I was like, no, I'm good. So I'm just walking, like, kind of pacing a little bit, fixing my gi and shit. And he's like, okay, class is over. And I was like, thank fucking God, because I didn't want to roll with this other black belt. He
So
looked
I
like
always
a killer.
wonder, like, at the end of fucking different gyms,
Yep.
like, does every gym do the same way, or you line up by rank?
Yeah, and he started the class the same way. So when I got there, I was the highest belt that wasn't a black belt. So I was at the front of the line at a visiting school,
That's crazy.
Yeah, I kind of felt weird about it. And then but when I first started traveling is when I first got my blue belt. So I would just stand there and wait for someone to tell me where to go. But now, I kind of know the deal now. So I'm like, hey, if they don't want me to be at the front of the line, they'll say something about it. So I walked in the front of the line. But what was pretty cool was after the class, and it was, there's not a lot of people there, so it was nonstop rolling. So basically, I rolled for 20 minutes, whatever it was, basically 20 minutes. He did a cool down at the end of the class, which was pretty cool. So he's like, all right, everybody lay down. And I was like, what's going on here? So I lay down, and then he's like, all right, stretch your leg, stretch the other leg. He starts going through like what we do
Like
for a warm up. Yeah. He does it at basically the same stretch that we do in our class when we do the warm ups. He did the exact same thing at the end.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's
which was pretty cool. It was nice. It was super cool. It was a really nice gym. It was really clean. This place was awesome. And he was like, "Hey, man, if you're ever back this way, you're welcome to come."
Did he charge a drop-in fee or anything?
He didn't charge a drop-in fee. And then I said, "Hey, how much is it for the class?" And then he was like, "Oh, my friend, just $30." And I was like, "Okay, because I brought cash and shit." Yeah. So he didn't try to charge me, but I offered to pay.
No rash guards there or anything.
No, he didn't. And then it looked like he only had like girl crop tops. So I wasn't trying to be all titties out for the rest of the summer and this other thing.
That's cool though, man. It sounds like a great experience. And then obviously it's a good representing the gym, and showing it. And he knew Umar. So that's kind of cool that that worked out that way.
So that brings up, I guess, really the first topic after the stories. The story started because the topic I wanted to talk about is, is there an etiquette you use when you roll with upper belts? Let's start with upper belts, not black belts, just upper belts.
Well, brown belts, I might, I don't have any particular etiquette. No, I mean, I don't necessarily go for, this is kind of fucked up, but I don't go for like knee bars and shit like that unless like I know you enough to where I'm not gonna fucking fuck you up. You're like if I go for a knee bar like on Josh, he knows I'm not gonna fucking rip it, so I know he's not gonna like freak out.
Man, fuck you! You leaned into that knee bar. No. Maybe you didn't rip into it, but you were there. You were trying to finish that knee bar.
Well, of course I was trying to finish it, but I wasn't ripping it. I was like doing it with enough. Look, we don't need to repeat this story again. We keep going over it. So, anyways,
you must make me spit my shit out.
But I don't necessarily have any big etiquette. Like with that kind of stuff. Like, I mean, it really just depends. I just kind of go with how they roll. If they're rolling hard, then I'll try to match it and roll hard. If they're not rolling super hard, I'm just gonna chill and take it and keep it at their pace. I mean, that's always my thing. Is
Yep.
I always try to keep at the pace of whoever's rolling with, because you don't. Maybe I'm too.
Passive.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I do know that sometimes I'm too passive. I'm not as aggressive or attacking as much. But at the same time, you never know what people's injuries are, and maybe they're rolling that way for some reason. Like, I don't always tell people that I'm injured because I don't want them to
Yeah.
feel like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. I'll just
Yeah.
tap if it comes down to it. Like, I'll just deal with it. I'll tap and whatever. I don't want them to feel like they're obligated to deal with my fucking injury.
Speaking of that, right there, particularly, I'll tell people if I'm feeling weird. Excuse me. If I'm feeling weird, I'll tell them like, hey, I might tap to some fuck shit. I'm not, I'm just telling you, I might tap to some weird shit. So
Mm-hmm.
if you feel me tapping, I'm tapping.
Yeah.
But I won't tell anybody what's specifically injured. I'll just say, hey, I might tap to some fucking weird shit.
There was a hot minute where like I'd roll with certain people and they'd be like, "So what's injured today?"
Yeah,
Straight off
fucking
the bat, they'd be like, "So what's injured today?" I'm like, this." So then they already knew like something was
yeah,
always injured. So there
you
was a good
glass
minute where everything was
motherfucker.
fucking. I was just hurt everywhere.
You fucking glass piece of shit. So when I roll upper belts, not black belts, just upper, the other colors, right?
I'm gonna grab a beer, but you keep
Yeah,
talking because I
yeah,
can hear you, and
yeah, yeah.
I'll respond back.
Yep. So, I mean, I give him the gas. Even the other purple belts, like a lot of the purple belts that at our school they've been longer purple belts than me, right? So, I would say 3/4 of them are more ranked purple belts than I am, right? And those guys beat the shit out of me. There's 4 or 5 dudes that just beat the fuck out of me every time I roll with them. But
Mm-hmm.
we have like a good thing where I'm trying to roll hard, they're trying to roll hard, and hopefully I feel like a tough roll with them where they feel like they can roll hard with me. So colored belts, I give them the gas. Like even if I roll with Cameron, Cameron's rolling real light with everybody. I try to give Cameron the gas because one time I caught him in a knee bar, so I'm trying to recreate that shit every
Oh,
time.
he ain't gonna let you do it again.
Oh no. He fucking yeah. He's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
But and if I roll with anybody, the upper rank, I'm giving him the gas, and and then the more leveled up blue belts like you and a couple of the other guys, fucking these little ass squid blue belts over here. I'm rolling
Yeah.
medium, or I roll hard with, but like as you get lower in belts, I roll less and less
Yeah.
hard,
Yes. Yes.
unless
Yeah.
you're talking shit or
Then you
someone
gonna
calls
get.
me
Then
out.
you gonna get it.
Then you're gonna get the fucking diesel because I'm
Mm-hmm.
not giving you the gas. I give you the diesel because boy, it comes with the heat.
Yeah.
But have you ever rolled? I know you've rolled with sloth. So have you ever rolled with another professor?
Just sloth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a different thing, man. Like, I've rolled a sloth, but sloth was just super friendly. He didn't feel like he didn't
Yeah,
feel
he
like a
definitely
professor.
took it nice to me. He was definitely
Yeah,
nice to me. So
yeah, yeah. Me too. The first time it was nice, and he gave me some really good words of encouragement. And then the second time I went, that
he
motherfucker
smoked
gave
you.
me the,
Yeah.
oh, dude, I thought I was gonna pass out from pressure, dude. This
Yeah. I
fucking
don't
dude
know when
gave
the
me the
next time
heat.
I have to go to Dallas. It'll probably be maybe sometime next year. If I go, I'll try to make it out to to his gym. So I have to go to Peoria in September, but I don't know any gyms out there.
What part of the state is Peoria in the middle?
Illinois.
Yeah, in the middle.
I think so. There's some fucking random ass gyms there.
How
So
far is it? How far is it from Daisy Fresh?
it's like an hour and a half, something like that. It's pretty far.
That's worth it to go to the Mecca, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I have. The problem is I normally fly out on a Monday and leave on a Friday. So unless I fly out super early on Monday, and then now I'm gonna fly straight to Chicago and then drive in, because
Yeah.
I'm not dealing with what I did last time. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna
How,
fly
how,
in
how far is it? How far is it from Peoria to Chicago or
two
Chicago? Yeah.
hours.
Oh, it's not bad. I've
Yeah,
been to Peoria's, but it's been so long.
there's
Um,
nothing there.
one of my favorite bands is from Peoria.
Oh, is it?
Dude, Mudvayne. Did you ever listen to them? No,
No.
you're all a fucking Chicano rapper and shit, Brownside and
I
shit,
I
huh?
uh, I usually stay downtown Peoria. It's interesting because the first time I went out to
All
Peoria.
like 3,000 people in Peoria that
Yeah,
work
yeah.
for the same company.
When I went the first time I went to Peoria, we went downtown and it was like popping. Like there was
Hmm.
bars and like it was like busy um, and then they got hit hard with COVID, man. Because I went out to this last time and I was like everything was closed. The one bar that I really liked was open, but it was dead. It was like an Irish bar.
Mhm.
and they had some good food. And I went there, but everything else was dead. And then the one, I stayed at a nice hotel, but there was like some ghetto ass like pizza place and some ghetto ass bar across the street, and they were busy. But I was like, I went to the pizza place with one of the coworkers, and then we walked into the other place to get a beer, and I was like, this is ghetto, bro. This is
Yeah.
we don't fit in here, partner.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I had a meeting today and that the dude was like that. You know, the dude I had a meeting with today, I had a meeting with his boss. He's like, okay, talk to this guy. The dude that I was talking to for sure runs the block he lives on.
Mm.
Because I was telling him, he's like, nah, man, I ain't trying to do all that. And I was like, well, that's what you got to do. And he was like, nah, tell me a better way to do it. And I was like, there is no better way. It was just funny. But yeah, rolling with professors and like, you know, when I roll with our professor, when I roll with Omar, the last time I rolled with him was quite a while ago. Excuse me. Something went down the wrong side. It was like a comp roll. Last time I rolled with Omar, he grabbed me, like I said before, like I owed him money, and I was like, no, he just like yanked my collar, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be like that. I weigh 100 more pounds than you, player. It did not go well for me, but him and I rolled hard, like as hard as I've rolled with any. That's one of the hardest rolls I've ever done.
My last stripe was after I rolled with him. We wouldn't have rolled with him, and then he gave me my stripe. So
yeah, on your fucking blue belt.
You fuck out of here. Good. You wish you were a blue belt.
Nah, I'm feeling it now, dude. I'm feeling it. I gave that brown belt the fucking work. Fucking, where's my medal at? Let me shake my medal up in front of you, motherfuckers. Shit.
Your no people in your bracket medal.
Motherfucker, you had one more person in your bracket.
I said, never mind, you didn't get it. No.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're talking about that next. But yeah, like, yes, I guess that kind of covers it. But rolling with professors is different. Like, you know, the black belts at our school, all of them except for one, have professor bars. All the ones that come. Recently, I saw a picture of a black belt from our school I never even seen before.
Did you go in the morning class?
It was a morning class, dude. Yeah, I'd never seen this guy before.
I only know the one guy, Kurt.
Kurt.
Yeah, he's the only other black belt I know of.
No, there's another dude.
Really?
I have his name because I asked the person that posted the picture. I was like, who's that black belt right there? And then she told me who it was. And
he like trains at our gym like normally?
I don't know if Omar. I should have asked her if Omar gave him his black belt. But yeah, he's a black belt. He trains with us. He's from our school. But you know, besides those newer people or whatever you want to call them, we have quote unquote professors at our school, right? But all of them are the homies. And we roll hard as fuck with them. You know what I mean? Like if I roll Leo, I try to give him the smoke. I think he's like, hey, he's always telling me like, hey, you roll too fast. I'm like, because if I don't try to go fast,
murder me,
beat the fuck out of me.
Yeah. If I don't take advantage of shit, then you crush me.
He gives me the earth. Leo's probably maybe 200 pounds.
I try to get him to put it on Nathan. I said, give him a little taste of the earth. He's just like, no.
You know, I don't know. I thought about this like 4 or 5 times this week. The last time I rolled with Nathan, he was being real passive, and I took his back and I smashed him. Like I tried to get him that choke that Misa does. You know that choke that Misa does from the back, and like he calls it the Hickson choke. I was trying to get him in the Hickson choke, and we were gonna roll again maybe a month or 2 later. And I was like, oh, so you and me? And he was like, yeah, just don't lay on my back. I'm like, man, fuck you.
Oh, you laid on him. No, I remember that one time.
Yeah, but I was trying to choke him. I wasn't just laying on him.
You flattened him out.
Yeah, and I was trying to choke him. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So rolling with like the people that run the school or the professors.
You know what Tim Kennedy does when he hits your back like that?
That always do.
He'll push your face into the mat.
Yeah, that's fucked up, dude.
So that because then you're like, oh, I don't like this.
You do that.
You go that, and then boom, fucking
yeah. That's fucking a good idea. That's good. I'm gonna try that.
It's one of those reverse things. Like, yeah, if you get their back, they're on the floor, push their face into the mat, and they're gonna push up, make them struggle, and then let it go and go for the fucking rear naked choke.
Yeah. Did you listen to any of the Rogans this week? He had Matt Serra.
I saw some clips, but I didn't watch.
So two of those guys. It was Matt Serra and another guy, John Rollo.
That's what's his name's dude, right? That's wasn't that Green, whatever his name is?
No. Bobby Green?
Yeah, wasn't that him?
No, Bobby Green's from here, from California. But so John Rollo and Matt Serra are both Hensel Gracie black belts. Eve Edwards or no, Dean Thomas was the other guy on there. He's a black belt from another pretty prestigious guy. But it's funny because Matt Serra was talking about, hey, can we all agree not to do rear nakeds like this anymore? He's like that.
Yeah,
he's like if you're a high level back belt, he's like, this is not a rear naked choke. A rear naked choke is like this. You know what I mean? Like that. And he's like, that's how you need to do it. And I was like, oh, that just blew my mind because I always try to shave the head.
Not only that, I always go this way back in because this way just felt uncomfortable.
No, not even that. He's talking about no matter which way your hand is. No matter which way your hand is, do not put it behind their head. He was like, that's bullshit.
I've never heard of that.
Have you ever seen the way Nicky Rod or fucking Gordon Ryan does a rear naked choke?
On top of the head, right?
No, they go like this. So like imagine your neck is right here in my chest, right? You got the first. He's like, first of all, if your elbow is not under their chin, you're not doing a rear naked choke.
Yeah.
You're crushing their windpipe.
Yeah.
But he's like, second of all, you don't go like this. You go like this. You should be doing an arm triangle when you're rear naked choking them. He's like, that's how you rear naked choke. In front of
their face?
No, behind their face, behind their head, behind their neck.
More their neck.
Their neck.
Yeah.
But you don't. You know, a lot of people say shave the head. You know what I mean? He's like, no. You go like this. That's how you do it.
So one thing that I recently was learning is,
first of all, before you start saying some fuck shit, Matt Serra is one of the most accomplished black belts from America ever.
Yeah, 100%. He's a fucking monster.
Monster.
One of the best American, right, jiu-jitsu black belts ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's the first Renzo Gracie black belt in America.
Yeah. So one of the things I had seen, and I realized I get stuck in, I do, when you go for the rear naked, I go like this, and then I bring my hand up.
That's what he's talking about.
Don't ever do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah, because they just catch your arm. And so you should never go like this. It should always be like this.
Yeah.
Like
But
I think that's something that you weren't clarifying is because I know I've done that where I go for it and then I'll go like this and then try to do that.
Yeah.
You know, and come around. But just the act of reaching my hand out, they catch it. And it's the same thing with the Darth, or is it the Darth or the Anaconda choke? I hit the Anaconda choke, and when I rolled, I put my hand out like this.
Who are you fucking lying to? You have never hit an Anaconda in your whole goddamn life.
Fuck out of here. I'd have.
To who?
I'm not saying, because I don't want to say.
Was he a white belt?
No. I've hit several. I've hit a few high level people with it. I never finished it.
Well, that's not hitting it, motherfucker.
But one of the reasons, one of the ones I hit, I forgot which way to roll to finish it, and then the second, but it was in. I just my brain, like when you do, your brain just goes like.
I've had heel hooks on a bunch of people, but I never fished them, so I don't say I hit them.
That's completely fucking different. You shouldn't be heel hooking people because that's an asshole move. Anyways, I had it and I forgot which way to roll. The other one I did roll. And I had it, but what I did was exactly that. I put my arm out, he grabbed my hand, and stopped it because I fucking did. So, don't do that.
Sir.
You have a mic on your head. You don't fucking pretend.
First of all, your Lord and Savior is the reason everyone heel hooks at people right now.
The king.
But second of all, no. His Danaher.
Oh, yeah.
So you're talking about I do it like this, right? So you're talking about doing this, right?
Yeah.
So the reason you don't do this is where the fuck is your elbow at? It ain't under their chin if you're doing this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Your elbow needs to be right here.
Did you see Mikey finish his rear naked choke? So he had the arm like this, and it wasn't like the elbow wasn't across, and he was fighting with this arm, and instead of trying to finish it, he like blocked it. Like he blocked the left arm from being able to defend, and he reached over, grabbed his elbow, and then pulled his elbow in. And while he was doing this, his arm was blocking the other person's arm, so there was nothing they can do. So he pulled his elbow in and then just snuck it in behind their neck.
And you know why you do that? Let me hit you with some fucking upper belt knowledge.
So you get the fucking natural rear naked choke.
Yeah, so it's a blood choke, not a wind choke.
Yeah.
So when a few times where I don't really fuck in the back very much, but a few times where I've put in the rear naked, I'm trying to grab my own shoulder.
Yeah.
That's what I try to do. I try to go over them and grab my own shoulder, because you can finish it here.
Oh yeah, you do the
Yeah.
little.
And then otherwise you can do this, right?
If you
And
well,
that's
yeah, that's the first thing. If I could trap that arm and hold it on this side, like when you go underhook, trap the arm,
dude, look how
and
big
then
my
you
arms
reach
look
over,
right
you
now.
go boom. The
Fuck,
camera
dude.
adds 10 pounds.
Dude, 10 pounds of muscle? Fuck, dog. Look how big my arms are, homie.
It's
Shit.
good.
Anyway, so yeah, blood chokes and shit. And but Matt Serra was just saying, like, hey, all these high level black belts need to stop fucking doing this because that's not how you fucking rear naked choke
Yeah,
someone.
yeah.
Dude, Matt Serra's the fucking man. I forgot about how much
100%.
the man that motherfucker is, dude.
He showed
He's a
this
bad
one. He
motherfucker.
showed this one toe hold from when you go to when someone goes to single leg X, and because their foot is right here, and he goes, nobody does single leg X anymore, and he goes, you want to know why? And he goes, boom, and he pulled this fucking toe hold straight from there.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's dirty. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. But I mean,
You know who does that a lot in our school? I try not to say people's names, but Jay does that shit. If you throw a fucking Deli Heave or single leg X on, he will toe hold you. 100%. He does it every time. Every time I do it to him, toe hold. He just grabs your shit.
I have some interesting news, and I don't know if we should bring it up here, but I'll
Edit
say
it. I want to know now. Just edit it if you fucking. What is it? We're at fucking.
yeah, we're almost at the end. So
Are we? How long has it been?
it's 51 minutes.
Oh, okay, damn. We're fucking
Yeah.
getting along today, motherfucker. Shit.
Uh, do you remember the tall green belt? He came from EDJ.
He was a gray belt, Playboy.
Gray belt. Yeah.
Mhm.
Gray belt. Black dude, right? Black kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You notice he doesn't come anymore?
Yeah. Well, he got put to sleep.
Yes! And
Oh,
he
you didn't
left
know that?
because of that. I didn't know that. And then he fucking
Yeah.
he ditched because of that. I'm like, damn, that would be like that's why you should stay at the school. Is because people are better than you and put you to sleep. But he didn't want to tap to people. That's what he gets. But then you go back to
He came back a couple times. I feel like maybe his parents made him stop coming because he came back a couple times after that. I know when he got put to sleep. Yeah. I know about that.
But he didn't tap. So it's
That
his
was
fault.
not. Yeah, you should have fucking tapped. But also, like,
You think it was his parents' fault that they were like, oh, that school's dangerous?
could be. Yeah, because he's a young kid. He's like 15.
He's not a kid. That's a grown ass man.
He looked
That's
like
a
a
man
grown-ass
kid.
man.
That's a grown ass man kid. He's
You know,
strong
Joe-
as fuck.
I never got a roll with him. I kept trying to get him though. I kept going.
He's strong as fuck.
Let me get that little color belt, that kid's belt in there. He would never. I never got one.
He got a green belt, didn't he? Yeah, he got a green belt.
Did he?
I think so.
I don't know. I maybe. You know who hasn't been back for a while? His brother. Both him and his brother haven't been. Nathan and his fucking giant ass man brother.
I think they go to the 6 a.m. because his dad goes to 6 a.m.
No, not those kids. Nathan. He's got the long hair. He's a blue belt. He got his purple belt, maybe. He's either a 4-stripe blue belt or a purple belt. And he's got a little brother who's like 6'2", looks like he just came off the farm.
Oh, I haven't seen them.
Oh my God, you know him. So
If I seen him, I probably realize.
I walked up to him one time when he first came into the class because Omar told me to roll with him. And I was like, hey, is that a gray belt or a dirty white belt? And he was like, it's gray. And I was like, you have a kid's belt?
I think I know who you're talking about. They came from EDJ too.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Nathan's been there forever.
Or
His brother Nathan.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Anyway, this kid's a full ass man. He's like,
That's
I
what I'm
asked him.
They're man
Because
kids.
I asked him, I was like, is that a gray belt? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, I'm giving you the fucking gas because you look like an Adonis.
You
I'm
sound-
not going to be light with you.
You got like a little tinny echo here.
How's it now? Better?
Yeah, way better.
Okay, yeah. So I was like, yo, I'm going to fucking roll with you like a grown fucking man because come at me with that gray belt again. I'm going to fuck your ass up. And then, he got his blue belt because he got a blue or green belt because I think he just turned 16. And the day before the promotions, that kid fucking wrecked me. I was not feeling it. And I gave him a position and he fucking took it. He didn't submit me, but he took that position.
I know I'm gonna die when I go back on Monday. I mean, I feel strong as fuck, to be honest. Like, I feel good because I've been lifting, but my cardio is gonna be shit, and that's gonna kill me.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. You need time off.
Yeah.
Monday's probably even too soon.
I
You're still
don't
trying
even
to your back
remember.
hurts.
I don't even remember the last time I took time off. Like, I haven't taken
What
time
time?
off.
I remember last time you took time off.
When?
Maybe when I broke your fucking toe.
I didn't take time. I was rolling with my toe
You
broken.
for sure took at least a week off.
No,
You're like, oh, my toe's broken.
no, I rolled with my toe
Yeah,
fucked up.
my little toe's broken.
I might have took a day or two off, but that's it. I rolled
No,
with it.
now a day or two.
I might have
I'm
taken a day
saying
or two off.
maybe for sure a week. And then
You know what? But I don't see
and
any proof. I know I was back in there because I was putting on tape and I bought those little gel things. Like, I
oh,
was
so
putting all
you
kinds
were
of shit.
wearing 3 things like your knees.
Yes, 100%.
Bitch made
100%.
ass motherfucker. Anyway, fucking and then before that, when you got your back blown out,
Yeah, that's fucked up. That's funny.
who blew your back out?
A Birdo. At 6 a.m. You know what it was? It's because it's 6 a.m. and it was in the winter.
He blew your back out,
The
homie.
mat,
Do you call
that
him?
mat was
Do
cold.
you call him daddy?
Fuck out of here.
Is that daddy? I think you gotta start calling him daddy. He blew your back out, dog.
Hey, fuck out of here.
Fuck, I do got something else to talk about. This is some real fuck shit. This is the definition of fuck shit.
Here we go, guys. Hold
So-
on to your seats.
So I got 1 or 2 participation trophies,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
but I competed. I went out there on the mats when no one else did, and I earned those fucking participation trophies. Maybe I got my ass whooped, and I've never posted any of them except for the one that, you know, it was pretty cool. It's in fucking Europe in front of the fucking goddamn Coliseum with a fucking goddamn medal. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I had to fucking post it. But besides that, I don't post anything. I don't post anything about being fucking an amazing jiu-jitsu athlete. I need to change my shit.
What is this?
I'm fucking just fucking. I'm ready
What
to
is
go,
this?
dog. This is old school Gracie shit right here, dog.
Oh,
This is the old
shit.
school fucking Gracie. I'm push kicking. You can't see it, dog. I'm fucking push kicking. Anyway, fucking. I'm gonna change my shit to say jujitsu athlete. You know how yours says like fucking like media personality or something?
I don't know.
Your Instagram says some shit like media influence. Like if when you and I DM, it says like media influencer or it says some shit like that,
Does it?
right? Yeah, it says under your name. I remember I was talking shit to you. I was like, "What do you think? You're fucking special? Why'd you add that?" And you're like, "I didn't add that. I think you did secretly." Anyway,
I don't know
But,
what you're talking about.
I'm gonna figure out how to make mine say jiu-jitsu athlete. Otherwise, I'm just gonna put that in my
I
fucking
don't
my
think you
bio.
can. I think it's when you select.
I want to put it in my bio. Fucking jiu-jitsu athlete. Fucking world medal placer.
You know what? I just watched.
I want to put a little bronze
something-
medal. The world's. I'm not
I
gonna say IBJJF. I'm just gonna say the world's.
I watched
bronze.
something and they made like this montage of like some black belt,
Mhm.
and it was like, it's supposed to be like wow, and it was like, you know, it said masters like 3, masters 3, world medal whatever. I was like,
Hey,
what?
best fucking believe if I ever place at a Master Worlds event, that's a
You're
world
gonna put
title.
that shit in
Homie.
there?
That's a world title. That's a world title, dog. That's all I gotta say. But speaking of which, you know,
Hey,
when I
I'm with you. I'm with
Yeah.
it. I'll put that shit in there. I'm with you.
Bam.
Bam.
fucking I was thinking about it when we're gonna start talking about these actual fake medals.
Yeah.
I told this to Omar when I was probably like a 1 or 2 stripe white belt after I got my shit pushed in at American Nationals. And I was like, hey, man, I'm just on my Bushesha because that's when the Bushesha documentary came out. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, Bushesha didn't start winning until he was a purple belt.
You did get your first win at purple. There you go.
What's up? I'm on my Bushesha. Y'all motherfuckers better watch out. Cheeks is coming up this. I'm the real Cheeks, dog. That's what Bushesha means, by the way. It means cheeks.
'Cause he was fat.
I still got cheeks, dog.
I'm just
You see
saying.
them big ass cheeks? You got big ass cheeks too. What's your excuse? Been sucking all those dicks? You've been working those cheeks out? You got cheek muscles?
This is, you know what? I don't appreciate it, and I don't need this type of fucking negativity in my life.
You need this negativity, motherfucker. I'll be carrying this shit.
You ain't
Otherwise,
carrying
you'd
shit.
be-
You ain't carrying the boats.
Otherwise, you'd be out there
You ain't
riding
carrying the
motorcycles.
boats.
Oh,
I would be
shit.
riding motorcycles.
You'd be out there posting videos of you wrecking your motorcycle. That's what you'd be fucking doing. Hey, go on this motherfucker's Ghost Ninja fucking page. Watch him fucking wreck his motorcycle. Be
wreck
like,
it.
haha, I wrecked my motorcycle into a fence.
You know what? I got a brand new one after that though.
I think your wife owns that motorcycle.
She probably does.
You want to talk about that?
Talk about what? I pay for
Hey,
it.
shit, I got all my shit in my mama's name.
I don't give a fuck.
I get-
There you go.
I got all my shit in my mama's name. I'm hood rich, dog. I'm still fly though. You know what I'm saying? I'm still fucking fly.
I'm still
Anyway,
fly.
exactly. Got all my shit in my
My
mama's
mama's
name.
name.
Hey, just let it be known now. If I ever get a divorce, she ain't getting shit because everything's in my mama's
Oh,
name.
damn.
Got everything in my mama's name. I tell her that all the time though.
Do you?
Yeah, look, everything in my mama's name, player.
I ain't got shit.
Anyway,
I'm broke.
broke. That's funny. I'll talk. That's for another time. But so people. All right. So, like I said, I may or may not have posted a couple medals that I didn't absolutely win, but I went out there and I put that work in. I put the work in. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If there's nobody in your bracket and they give you a default gold and you post that gold, you should be kicked out of jiu-jitsu. You're fucking done.
That's kind of
Leave.
like that's kind of
Like this. Leave. You need to get the fuck out of
Are
here.
you floating away? Like
No,
I was
trying to make you.
You look like
I
you're
was trying to.
floating in space right now.
I was trying to make. You didn't see that the whole time.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's been space the whole time.
Yeah, go.
No, but I
Kinda
was trying to
do one
make
of these. Like you
yeah.
look like you're floating. You go up and down.
like fucking Superman.
Yeah, you just. Yeah.
But, no, but what I was trying to say, I wanted you to see my finger. You're done. If you post a gold medal,
go on, get boy.
Yeah,
go on,
and there's nobody in your bracket. Fuck you. I'm just gonna say it. That is the most fuck shit of all time.
It is the most fuck shit. It is the fuck shits.
You don't got an opinion on that?
I agree with you, man. I think that's some pretty fucked up shit. And
hold on.
I think you should not post that kind of shit. And if you didn't win your fucking
go on, get boy.
Go on, get.
Get on out here.
Pew pew.
I'm gonna start sheriffing these fucking parts around here. If you're posting
I'll
gold
be
medals,
the sheriff around these parts.
If you're posting gold medals, you don't win. We're fighting. I don't care if you can beat me up.
Your eyes fucking my eye blinks. Look.
Oh shit! Is mine? No. My regular eyes.
Bro.
I was like, mine are blinking too. Shit.
Dude, mine? Oh shit! I got my regular eyes.
Oh fuck!
Oh my god, bro!
Shit.
God damn! I got my regular eyes. Oh man!
I wish you could see my feet, my fucking feet kicking right now. I'm fucking dying over here, dude.
That's hilarious.
Oh, fuck. Shit. Anyway,
this is good.
Don't post.
I wish we could do shit like this when we were fucking just sitting there, like,
Let's get some costumes.
Hey, wait. I'm gonna look left. Does it track my eyes if I look left? No,
yeah,
right?
Dude, that's wild. That's wild.
I'm not moving my head. I'm just looking.
Yeah. It's moving. It's your eyeballs are moving.
That's fucking insane that it can track that shit, right?
Dude, Google. They fucking know everything. Wait, who owns? Yeah, I'm with Google. Yo, do that again. Yeah, keep doing that. Try to do it without showing your teeth, though. Hey.
You know what if would be really fucked up if the camera if the emoji or whatever the filter cut off in the middle of me making faces and you just see my stupid face going.
That would be pretty fucking funny.
I would just.
Let's see what we got.
You would never see that ever. God damn, bro.
Oh shit! If you're listening to this podcast and you're not fucking watching it, stop and go on YouTube and watch this shit.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. Oh my god.
Yes, don't post your fucking gold medals you didn't win, fucking bitch ass motherfucker. Oh. I thought about that one. Oh, big dog. Oh shit, big dog gotta eat, huh?
Dogs out. Damn, look at my chain. You got a fucking pirate. That's funny. Why do you have like a skinny body on you though? Look at this made a skinny body on you.
It's a full pirate, dude.
You can't hide behind it. Just suck it in, bro.
I was trying to. Shit, just fucking get it. That was
Oh
like me
my
at that
god.
World League. That was me at that World League event trying to fit into my fucking gi. I was like,
Holy shit. Oh, my eyes are watering. That's ridiculous.
shit, dude, this thing's fucking sweet. Might just have to start doing them all this way.
Anyways, all right, man. I don't got nothing left. I don't know if you got anything.
Are we ever gonna fucking talk about lineage and shit? We've been talking about it for like 5
Eventually, I
episodes.
mean, all right, we'll do that in the next one. We'll do that in the next
Yeah,
one. We'll do that in the next
yeah.
one. When do you come back?
Monday. I'll be in class on Monday. I get back
All
like
right.
Sunday morning.
All right.
Oh fuck. Anyway, fuck you if you post video fucking medals you didn't even fight for.
Mm,
Especially if they're in some bitch ass organization I never even heard of.
yeah.
Why are you posting medals? Like, okay, if you win a Naga, acceptable. You win a World League,
Mm,
obviously the best you could get. And if you win an IBJJF, awesome.
yeah.
If you're fighting in local tournaments and there's no
You
one in
say
your
it,
division,
World League is the best you can get?
yeah,
IBJJF would be the best.
nah, World League, dog. We're World League motherfuckers around here now.
I mean, we do. I mean, only you can't compete in IBJJF, so
Because fuck those motherfuckers. That's why.
that's your problem. That's
Yeah.
your problem.
Your bitch ass has said you're not going to do
Mm-mm.
Master World because you're too. That shit is so funny, dude.
Don't look at me like that. Oh, damn, see the camera just...
yeah, your face came off, dude.
Ah! My face!
Oh, fuck. I'm in this hotel room and people probably think I'm crazy as fuck. So I'm sure they can hear me.
100%.
I'm talking loud as shit.
100%.
Anyway, fucking. So the order of prestige from best to worst in tournaments: World League #1, IBJJF #2, Naga #3. But if you're competing at a local tournament with nobody in your bracket, and you show up and you post a gold medal, we're fighting. Real life fight. Yeah, exactly. Because man, fuck you. That's why. That's all I'm fucking saying.
That's what the sheriff says.
Yeah, we're out here. I'm gonna be out here partnering everyone. Howdy, partner.
How's your partner? Oh, let me look. Let me
Shit.
itchy. Let me...
Nah,
No.
nah, you killed it. Anything else good on this motherfucker before we leave?
No, that's just hilarious. Anyways, if you're watching, leave a comment, leave a like, help the algorithm, talk shit, tell this fool he needs to get a mustache like that because, yeah,
I do have a mustache like that.
not like that, not like that.
That's only because I cut it.
Mm.
That shit could be like that.
Anyways,
Anyway, hey,
anything else?
1 or
What?
2 weeks, 40 and Fighty shirts are coming out. Better break out that fucking wallet.
Ooh.
We break out the wallet. They're gonna be fly as fuck. They're gonna cost your bitch asses money, but buy them because we need to buy cool shit.
We need to make the
I don't know.
podcast better.
Yeah, we're trying to make our podcast better for you, the esteemed
So
viewers.
we're doing it for you.
When those shirts cost $1 Brazilian,
A Brazilian dollars.
anyway, you fucking got anything else?
I ain't got shit.
All right.
It was good. It was a good day. Good time. Anyways, peace out. Enjoy yourselves. Oh.